Hey guys, thank you for joining me for another exciting episode of the mini meeting. Now this one's really going to blow your mind because I'm going to talk about numbers today, specifically inventory numbers, and you may be asking yourself, why does this matter to me? Well, it matters to you because everyone contributes to the inventory and sales numbers, and I just want to show you a few things that are going on behind the scenes so you're just aware of things that we need to change and things that we need to work on. We have this little sheet right here that gives us or calculates our food cost numbers, and we do an inventory every week. What that means is I go through the restaurant and I literally count every item of food that's out in the freezer, out in the walk-in, out in the restaurant as a whole, and we calculate these numbers. So this past week we sold this number right here, $32,000, and our theoretical number, the $7,000 number, is how much food we should have accounted for. That means we have recipe books that measure everything out and tell us exactly how much product we should be using according to how much we've actually sold, but we reported $9,000. That gives us a variance of $1,300. That is not a good number. What that means is $1,300 we are losing, gone. We don't know where it's going. It vanishes into thin air. That's $1,300 every week that we cannot account for, which creates this number, and this is our VTT number, 4.2%. 4.2% is very high, and unfortunately it's one of the highest in all of Mac Grill. You're welcome very much. So we need to get that number from 4 down to a 1%. Now, how this breaks down, and this is where it's important for everyone, including servers, bartenders, hosts, everything, is this little calculation here. So if you take $1,300 and you divide it by 7, you get $194 per day. That means every day almost $200 worth of food vanishes, is gone. We can't account for it. If you break that down by the hour, divided by 11 or 12, depending on the weekday or weekend, you get roughly $20 per hour. So that means $20 every hour. $20 of food is gone. Now that doesn't mean, a mushroom ravioli and a shrimp portofino out the window, because we don't pay what we sell it for. So that's a lot more food than what we're selling our dishes for. That is just gone. So what we need to think through is, where is it going? Well, there's 3 top reasons that I would give. Number 1 is specifications. In other words, we're not prepping food or selling food to spec, and so that's something that I will be focusing on through training new people, making sure they understand how to make the food correctly, by reviewing it with veterans that have worked here for a while, by going over the food with the prep kitchen, making sure everything is being prepared to spec. So that's a pretty big job, and that's something that I and Todd and Marcos will be really focusing on. The second thing is missing food. So that means someone just decides to go behind the line and grab a salad, or go behind the line and make a pasta without asking, or, and this is partly the manager's fault, just coming up to a manager saying, hey, can I have a free dish? And we say, yeah, go ahead, and not ringing it in. That kind of thing is missing food. That we will be addressing. There's some practical things that we'll be doing. I just got to think about it for the next couple days, but there are some things that we can do to help with that. And then the third thing, of course, is stolen food, and that's a category I hate to have to address, and I don't really see that as a problem here, but it can happen, and we don't want that to happen, and if it does happen, it will be immediately addressed. So those are the top 3 areas that we can control, that we can fix and address to work on this number. So I know you normally don't see those kind of numbers, and I know they probably seem a bit irrelevant, but when you think about $20 an hour of food gone, think of all the things that we could do with that money, as far as hiring another, more help in the kitchen, or getting more servers on the floor, or another host, or whatever. There's a lot that we can do with that money. So it does affect every single one of us, and every single one of us contributes to that. It's not just me as the culinary manager, it's also every individual eating unreported food or anything like that, that I think is going to be really easy to address. It's just a matter of consistency. And so I just wanted to share those numbers so you kind of have a mental idea of what's going on in our restaurant, and to know that every time you take a bread and a side of sauce and you don't ring it in, it really does matter. It really does. And if you come up to me, and as a manager, I would let you know, like a lot of servers daily will come up and say, hey, can I have a pasta, or can I have a salad? And we often say yes and not ring it in, which contributes to that number. So we all need to do our part to help control that number and get it down, and that'll be our goal over the next couple months, is to get that down to around a 1%. So thank you for paying attention for this VTT report. And I know we have good things in store. We've already made lots of big changes, and we really do have a bright future ahead. So I thank you for checking this out, and I will see you soon.